What's up, guys? It's your boy Motormain Dan. Today we're going to be talking about the tar trap. It slows enemies. That is easily the shortest description in the game for any trap. To unlock the unique upgrades, you must slow enemies for 600 seconds. The level upgrades is to increase slow. The unique upgrades is that enemies remain slowed for a brief time, or enemies take increased fire damage on tar. Now, most of the time I'm taking the remain slowed for a brief time, because when enemies step on it, they step off of it. They got one more second of being slowed, which allows other traps to trigger, like the flip trap or any other traps that have maybe a longer delay. Maybe the wall charger, for example. It's going to allow that to get a trigger off and be able to hit whatever's in front of it. However, the fire tar isn't that bad. It's just it's very situational with how many enemies are on the map that are immune to fire, and if you really want to use that or not. I mean, that's kind of up in the air, depending on how much fire you have. Now, you can run a fire build, but it needs to be, again, you need to be able to kill fire immune enemies, and more than half the maps have fire immune enemies, and so, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, they're both fine. I just prefer to use the first one most of the time. I mean, it's never going to fail you, whereas the second one maybe won't be as useful. Especially on endless, because that extra second, which gets reduced from a second, but because their movement speed is so fast, you want them to be slowed as long as possible. And that extra, like, 0.2 seconds or whatever it is, which I think is what it would be, that extra 0.2 seconds of that slow is going to be more helpful than them taking a small percentage of extra fire damage, which probably won't end up killing them anyways. That being said, let's just hop into the game files. All right, tar trap attributes. The slow persist time is 1 second, which is if you get the enemies remain slowed. That's all there is in the attributes. The trap protos, coin value of 600. You unlock it after the second map, which is after you beat Great Room. You unlock the tar trap, so it's technically the fourth trap you unlock if you consider starting the game unlocking the spike wall, or not the spike wall, the arrow wall and the floor spike, and then the beating north wing will get you the gravity pillar going into the Great Room, and then after beating Great Room you get tar trap. So yeah, okay, that's all there is about that too. It's a very very easy very easy trap, I guess. Very straightforward. Okay, so upgrades. So we have the levels. We have increased slow, and let's go ahead and actually look at that. So right now the tar walk is 0.6 movement modifier, meaning they're moving 40% slower. And tar walk is the base. Now we can see that here in the tar walk level. We have the GUID here. Ends in 47772345, and that ends in 47772345. So this here is in reference to the tar trap attributes, which list the tar walk level to be whatever. And so we have tar walk here. Now we have tar walk level 2, and so on and so forth. So if we look at the upgrade protos, this here gives you tar walk level 2, and tar walk level 3, and again tar walk level 4. So if we go back to the stats effect protos, we have the level 2, which is 0.575 instead of 0.6. So it's going to be a 42.5% slow. And then we go down to a 0.55 modifier. So it's going to be a 45% movement slow. And then the very last one, tar walk level 4, is a 0.5 or 50% slow. Now, if we keep moving in, we're going to see that there was a coin value reduction of 250 because it used to be 850? No, 750, right? I thought it used to be 750, but I could be wrong about that. Oh, unless this was an unused. This could have been an unused unique upgrade. I'm pretty sure it was 750 and went down to 600. I don't think it was 850 ever. So yeah, this must be just an unused one. And then we have this one to enemies take increased fire damage on tar, which applies fire vulnerability, which becomes true. And then this one is the one that they used, which is enemies remain slow for a brief time, and that slow persist becomes true. Like we saw here, the slow persist time is 1 second. And that's it. That's all there is for the tar trap. I do use it all the time, so if you've ever seen any of my Orcs Must Die 3 stuff, any of my streams, any of my videos, you're probably always going to see the tar trap. You don't have to use it all the time, but it is a very, very good trap. So if you're not using it, I'd recommend using it, especially on endless. Kind of almost need it in order for enemies to get flip by flip traps. Eventually, they get so fast that they just fly over any traps that do any kind of crowd control, and tar traps will make that happen. It'll basically take that speed at 150 where they have maximum movement speed and reduce it as if they were at round 75 without the tar trap. So yeah, definitely good for sure. All right, guys, that being said, let me know in the comments below if you like it, if you don't like it, if you use it. If you don't use it, why not? As always, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow, stream, booth, YouTube, and Twitch. This is right now, and I will catch you on the flip side. All right, deuces.